Neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
The noise of the car alarm suddenly broke the silence of the night, and it woke up the residents in the neighborhood.
Project.
Project.
The project aims to solve the problem of heavy rush hour traffic in this region. Photographer.
Photographer.
As a wedding photographer, William's job is to capture the important moments for each couple at their wedding. Photograph.
Photograph. Jessica's father has taken many photographs of her and put them in several albums.
Photography.
Photography.
Animal photography is Laura's hobby. She especially loves to take pictures of dogs and cats. Artist.
Artist.
Without a doubt, Michelangelo Buonarroti is considered one of the most influential artists in the Western world. Artistic.
Artistic.
The art teacher discovered Patrick's artistic talent and encouraged him to apply to art college.
Education.
Education.
A good education provides people with knowledge, skills, and values they need for future success.
Educate.
Educate. Kelly was educated at a local high school after moving to Singapore with her parents.
Educational.
Educational.
The teacher believes that each student has different educational needs, so she teaches students differently according to their learning abilities. Accept.
Accept.
My grandfather is too stubborn to accept any change in his life. For example, he refuses to use computers or smartphones.
Accept.
Accept. Jack accepted my apology and we became good friends again.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Talking to your classmates is not acceptable when you're taking an exam. You may be considered a cheater.
Career.
Career.
Nora's career as a nurse started 15 years ago. She likes her jobs and takes good care of the patients. Overcome.
Overcome.
Phyllis was proud that she finally overcame her stage fright and gave a speech in front of her classmates.
Obstacle.
Obstacle.
The biggest obstacle to getting good grades is my bad study habits. I should learn to take notes in class and develop study plans. Involve.
Involve.
Our teacher involves each of us in making decisions on anything about our class. Involve.
Involve.
Making a movie involves performances actors give and a lot of effort a film crew puts in.
Involved.
Involved.
After Angela became involved in the family business, she didn't have much time to spend with her children.
Involvement.
Involvement. The police are looking into the murderer's involvement in other murder cases.
Convince.
Convince.
Kirsten tried to convince me that her story was true, but she couldn't provide any proof. Convincing.
Convincing. Alfred's excuse for being late wasn't convincing, so his teacher asked him to stand in the corner as a punishment.
Participate.
Participate.
Our group leader threatened that he would kick me out of the team if I didn't participate actively in the research project.
Participation.
Participation. Audience participation plays an important role in most magic shows.
Motivate.
Motivate.
The possibility that he may fail math has motivated Luke to study harder. Motivation.
Motivation. Providing people with love and care has always been Carl's motivation for being a social worker.
Display.
Display.
The winner's work of the drawing competition will be displayed on the bulletin board. Display.
Display.
Window displays in stores are important because they can immediately attract shoppers' attention.
Accomplishment.
Accomplishment.
Entering a new overseas market and increasing sales were two of Sandy's most impressive accomplishments last year. Accomplish.
Accomplish. After years of work, the engineers finally accomplished their task of building this green building.
Poverty.
Poverty.
Since Wilson got fired last year, he has been deep in debt and lived in poverty. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
The disadvantage of distance learning is that the teacher may not be aware of an on-the-spot emergency immediately.
Goal.
Goal.
For the next school year, Tim has set himself a goal of mastering a second language.
Independent.
Independent.
Ashley was forced to be independent of her parents after her father's company went out of business. Independent.
Independent. Because 17 European colonies in Africa became independent nations in 1960, that year is also known as the Year of Africa.
Courageous.
Courageous.
It was courageous of Duncan to save the drowning girl in the lake. Courage.
Courage. Jerry didn't have the courage to tell his mother that he had lost his new smartphone.
Financial.
Financial.
Most banks offer a wide variety of financial services. For instance, they provide loans and internet banking. Finance.
Finance. Emily is taking a course on personal finance because she wants to learn how to make good use of her money.
Finance.
Finance.
We cannot afford to run the organization any longer if the government stops financing us. Gain.
Gain.
To gain a better understanding of Japanese culture, Janet borrowed many related books from the library. Gain.
Gain. People usually gain weight more easily in winter because they eat more and exercise less.
Equality.
Equality.
Even today, people around the world are still fighting for gender equality and women's rights.